Hey everyone, welcome back to another Slime Fun Filled episode with your host Boomer. And today, this wonderful Saturday afternoon, we're going to bring you some updates on the server, some of the changes to the plugin, some things that we've done in the base to kind of update a little bit to handle our volumes of need, I guess is the best way I can put it. And the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to dive right in to global warming. Now previously I had two of the auto crafting machines out here. One was vanilla, one was Slimefun. The vanilla was taking glass and making glass bottles. The other one was taking the glass bottles, adding in 6 solder ingots, taking me CO2 canisters because all the machines I have are producing so much pollution. One air compressor could not keep up with global warming. I was losing ground. So I added in a second. But I was trashing all of the CO2 canisters. I didn't know there was something in here. And I don't know if this is a new addition or if it's something I just plain missed. I know I saw recently on the official Discord within the last few weeks somebody asking for this to be added in, so I'm guessing it's new. But even if it's not, who cares? It's here. Normally in an air compressor, what I was doing was the empty canister was pulling out CO2 and then the CO2 was going right to my trash bin. Instead, you run it through again and you get carbon. And you get the empty canister back. In other words, you don't need to have glass making bottles over and over and over. You simply put in 2 stacks, and really you don't even need 2 stacks in each. But because I'm producing so much emissions from all these machines, I need to make sure 2 can continuously run. So I need to have at least 3 stacks of canisters just to make sure they never stop running. So here's what would normally happen is I'd have this air compressor running. These would come out, go right in the trash. Now I added a second one. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up so the canister's coming out on round robin. Right? Well, we always do round robin anyways. Just to make sure. Because you never know when I may have to add a second machine. Alright. When I'm hoping that one canister can keep, or one air canister can keep up with producing the carbon for 2. That's what I'm really hoping for. So instead, we're going to change this. Yep, empty canister in. And we need to grab ourselves one extra empty canister in here as well. All right, so they'll take in the empty canisters. Now we need this one to take in the full CO2 canisters and start to convert this over to carbon. Now I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be able to keep up or not. I may have to add a second. We'll kind of see. Once the machines are up and running and they get into their rhythm, I'll have to kind of monitor that. The only reason this is going on channel 2 is because my carbon also is being compressed on channel 2. So hence the reason why I've got to keep everything on channel 2. And if you've been watching the series for a while, you know I have a lot of channel 2 stuff going. All right, so now this recycles. It's going to loop back around, and I don't have to worry about either side running out of canisters because I gave them both 2 stacks to begin with. Now I've got these CO2 canisters I would like to get out of my inventory if I can, but in watching this, I'm not too sure that one's going to be able to keep up. I'm trying to see how long is this running. It looks like 5 seconds is the theoretical timer. I need to get one here going as well. Okay, these are clearly much faster. So for 2 of these, more than likely, it looks like I'm going to need at least 3 air compressors to keep up. Because these are running a whole lot faster. Let's see. It says 5 seconds. So if I'm producing 2 every 5 seconds, one can't keep up when it's doing 1 every 5 seconds. So I need to add at least 1 more. And like I said, I may have to add a second. But you want to talk about the ability to produce carbon. I'm not even making coal anymore. And I'm getting carbon. Over time, you think about this, we're talking about major carbon out of usage very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just looking to see what do we got down here? Goldstone. This one's Soul Sand, Gold Pan. The ore grinder. This one is producing magical lumps. Okay, and that one was pretty slow. I got to find a spot for it is what I got to do. I may just take them and put them all in a column here because I'm going to run at least 4. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 5. Give me a second to set these up and we'll double check the timing just to make sure. All right, guys, we're back. We've got this set up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the setup of 5 or not. Let's kind of talk about it real quick. These two are taking empty bottles, turning them into canisters, sending them up to the top 2, which are producing the carbon, emptying the canisters, and sending them back into the system. So we saw that the timing on the unit was 5 seconds regardless of which one. So in theory, 2 should balance out with 2. I had set up a third one to try to be a go-between, thinking, okay, if the canisters got a little bit ahead that had the extra CO2 in it, great. This one will pick up the slack, get them caught up. If the other ones were caught up and all of a sudden empty canisters came in, then it would get it ahead. And I thought it might balance it out. And so far it's been holding pretty close, but because everything's round robin, there is that possibility that we could get 34, 60 bottles in here and this would continuously produce canisters. But here's the thing, now it totally caught up and now we're producing extra carbon. So I'm going to leave the balance of 2 to 2 with one doing both machines or both tasks. So all I did is on the input, I've got glass or empty canisters and the CO2 canisters. And then on the output, both pieces as well. So this fifth one kind of can go back and forth between the 2 options. My global temperatures have dropped dramatically in the last 15 minutes. I think it's dropped 6 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry, 0.6 degrees Celsius, right? Yeah, okay. So that's pretty much in place, awesome, up and running, ready to go. I had a hunch here with reinforced and hardened metal. I wanted to increase my capacity because I was going through so many plates. It was crazy. But I saw something happen. I had 19 of these become stripped wood. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, the wood just got stripped. And they were all in this section right here. It was really weird. So to fix it, if you should ever see that happen, I just broke both of them. Let's see, titanium's on the bottom. That's what happens when you use a efficiency 10 pickaxe to bust something that slow. Anyways, should it happen, simply break it, place it back down, and the texture will be restored. So this was the synthetic sapphire that was all messed up, and now you see it's back to its normal, beautiful self. Boom. All right. And now because I did that, I also have to go back and turn off 6 solder smelteries because they are, I actually had 7 running to keep up with global warming, not realizing that I could recycle the canisters. So I've got to go back and turn those off yet. I'm pretty sure, I think I showed that we've made the change here. We went with infinity storage. So it's nice to have 2.591 million iron dust, right? That's cranking away. Definitely much better on the climate change. And I thought there was one other, well, we did finish all the infinity farms and turning them into bone meal. They're actually going so fast that one composter can no longer keep up. I have 6 of them producing, and you can see what happened. They've been completely unable to keep up. So the nice news is that I could add additional bone meal production simply by running the infinity farms. And then I don't believe the trees have been updated yet. No, we're still on advanced. Okay, not a problem. So we've been working on that, just trying to upgrade some things, get things going faster. Down here we made some additional changes as well. We added in 15 advanced quarries to try to speed up diamond and iron singularity production. Because I was making infinity ingots to do some of those new infinity things that I actually had to, I was running out of them. I couldn't keep up. I actually totally fell behind. And so we added all those to get more diamonds going. And the other thing I could probably do with the growth chambers is add that in there as well. Would be another possibility to get more diamonds going. So we've been trying to increase, because we want to start building towards some of the more advanced infinity items in the base, or in the game I should say. And that's one of the ways we've been doing it, is simply getting those singularities going so we can create more ingots and get those really fancy and OP machines going. No new changes have been up here. Pretty much all of the terracotta colors and glazed terracottas are at full capacity now. We've got coal still being generated like crazy up here. Our infinity reactor is kicking butt, working exactly as it should, to the point of I'm even thinking about taking down the nuclear reactors, simply because the infinity chambers or the infinity reactor is doing more than it needs. There's no need to have them up there, and that would reduce my smog imprint, I guess, for global warming. Although they are turned off at the moment. So, guys, next episode, I think it's time. Although we'll still probably tweak a few things in between, I would like to start doing something new. And the one thing that we haven't, there's really two major parts that we haven't touched yet. We've just creeped into STB, just very briefly. The main thing we pulled out of Sensible Toolbox was the redstone clock. We might have looked at one or two other pieces in here, but I think that was pretty much it, was a redstone clock. The other one, the bigger one that I really want to start messing around with, Claytech. There's a lot. And I am so looking forward to going to a new planet and having some fun. So I think that's going to be our goal in the next episode, is to start Claytech. And we may be crazy enough and silly enough to do it live. Oh, forbid I should ever try to do that. But anyways, guys, thanks again so much for all you do for the series and the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And remember, when you're playing Slimefun, you've got to go boomer or you got to go home. We'll see you later.